Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soul Surfing Sunday. Today is a day that we look back on the week and see how it was for us, what we learned, how we're growing, how we're coming alive and leveling up. That is what our mission is. And I think we've been doing a good job of it. I know that there's a lot of peeps out there that are working on themselves, and that's a good thing. Working on their triggers, working on how to deal with life at this point, because life is pretty rough. Hello, my name's Bonnie D, and I channel through the cards. So I've been having a lot of dreams also. I'm a dreamer, a prolific dreamer, as a friend of mine called it, and my dreams come true. So right now in my dream world of the dreams that I had in the last few years, we're going to go through another die-off. And I don't know if it's going to bad people dying off or good people dying off, because the hokey pokey in the arm a while ago was a experiment, and they're going to come out with that. And we tried to warn people, but it didn't work. Everybody trusts them doctors. I'd be careful with that, because these new doctors are in a world of pharmaceutical. And unless they prescribe you something, they don't make the good money. So remember, when you go to the doctor and he tells you something, he's going to try to find something too. They're going to dig and do tests and this and not find nothing. They made a lot of money off you, didn't they? They just didn't want to tell you it was the hokey pokey in your arm. So that is coming out too. Doctors are starting to say to people, you took the hokey pokey and now you're having reactions because it was a big experiment. But we're not going to worry about that at this point because there is med beds out there and they will come out when the timing is right. There's so many cards that wanted to come out and play with us today that I just couldn't figure out which ones to go for. So we are going to go like we always do to the first one, the Soul Helper Oracle for our Soul Surfing Sunday. I hope everybody is having a beautiful world and magical days and coming above the triggers in your lives. We all have triggers. Got to work on those. There's something that we always just points us out. You just don't want to hear that, but you have to. Everything is a lesson, and we are in the toughest school there is, first school. We got a number 28, which is a 10. And to me, 10, 1 is the all there is. I mean, really, it's number one. What is number one in your life? Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. That's a lot of the problem. We go through life with this desire that we have. And when we don't get the desire that we want, we feel like freedom has stopped for us, but it hasn't. It's teaching you a lesson, and there's lessons in everything. What does freedom mean to you? Where do you think it lies? Do you think it can be found in money, power, recognition, or enlightenment? Freedom commences where desire ceases. Freedom exists only in the present. You cannot plan for it or save it in a freedom piggy bank. To make use of later, live in the moment and live freely. Freedom is wherever you happen to be. Look around you and seek it out. Invite it in right now into a moment that is full of potential, including the chance of freedom. Be open to it and use that freedom sometimes to behave a little irrational or rashly, and perhaps increasingly often. Every now and then, it will give you the courage to pick yourself up and smile to yourself at the idea of acting responsibly without wishing in any way to degrade or disregard common sense, since freedom is magnanimous and can therefore accept everything with ease. When you are free in your own self, you are at one with your life's purpose. You feel bound to nothing and to no one. It is only then that everything will flow through you freely, and that the perfect light of great potential will find its way to you unchangeable and unchallenged. To be free means to love everything without wishing to understand, without asking for meanings or rewards. What will you do now? Here, your soul asks softly, what do you desire? And when you have found your answer, be sure to act upon it and learn that freedom can only be found on the path of truth. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animals, the lynx, the herbal essence oil is silver fir, healing crystal is Apache chair, and the number one. And today is a number one. Today is 3/16 of 2025, which is a 19, which goes down to a 10, which goes to a one. I don't know why well, I do know why, because I'm channeling messages and they have to correspond with people, but it's kind of interesting that it was a one today, and it was a one on the Soul Helper Oracle. Number one tells you that you are a magician priestess and that now and then you require solitude in order to fully develop the capabilities within you. You need solitude now in particular in order to receive your vision from a spiritual teacher. Clearly and without compromise, number one promises success and a deep bond of the heart. It will teach you to feel the moment of creation within you and to perceive yourself as a spiritual being. Its energy field is the beginning, the absolute being, the sum of all possibilities, pure spirit of the subtle world. That's what I said. It's like one is like a beginning. We haven't even got close to the end. We are ending the old, we're beginning a new. So now is the time to think about what you want to do, where you are, and who you are. And as you see, she's barefoot, gold dress, flowers everywhere, flower crown on her hair. There's flowers everywhere and magic all around. And she feels free. She's swinging on a swing, which will stop when it wants to stop. There's no direction other than back and forth. There's nothing you have to decide on. The swing will decide for you. I like that. I like that card. I like a lot of the meanings. Sometimes you kind of questioning the meanings and you're like, well, what did that mean? I think that if you listen hard enough, you'll find it. Magic Spirit Oracle. We have to go somewhere else. We can't do that one right now. It's telling me no, 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 no. We got to start with the Messenger Oracle, and it had one little message. Show that you care. Look at that. She's in her glory. She's got lavender and gold all around her, and she's got a beautiful white dragon. And she's got if you look at it, there's a porthole going out. And she's showing this dragon that she cares. Do not distance yourself from life and those around you. Reach out, ask for help or support if you have need, or if someone within your circle is in need of care and support, then give it without hesitation or question. A trouble shared is a burden halved. Now is not the time to withdraw and be alone, nor is it time to leave another in need. Be aware, be caring, be compassionate, reach out and be a friend and allow others to be a friend to you. We get to the point in life where we close up, where we have seen things just walk away, people that were in your world for a long time, felt like family, felt like this, but when their family needed help, it was, I have to be with my family. When your family needed help, it was, why didn't you stop and see me? So I have dealt with that. I have dealt with things like that, and I'm not going to play a game. There's a lot of things that we have to go through in life, and we will see in life. But when people start comparing, then they're basically gone out of your life. They're not the friend you thought they were. Now, I've had that happen quite a bit. So we have angels and ancestors, and you know what? When you go through the dark night of the soul, you release all that crap. Guardian angel, you are not alone. We got the guardian angel calling card with the beautiful white feather, the third eye, the moon. And I would say that's the sun. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The guardian angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the guardian angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life, or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestors guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. I agree with that. Sometimes we try to finagle what's going on in our world because we don't want that, but it's better to ride the wave, and I'm riding the wave. I just think that's so much better. We have the Star Seed Oracle, and there was a very interesting message that came out on this one. And I love the fact the solar system and the moon is above this beautiful person's head, and they have gold lip gloss and gold eyeshadow because we are going for the gold. The gold is ours. Double mission, light workers, star seeds, serve the world by being you. Lightworker star seeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow as soul individual missions, and also to contribute to the planet in some action oriented way. Collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to someone or something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker star seeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is the light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passion and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. How can you serve the world by being you? There's a question to put in your daily journal. Ask yourself. I want you to do some meditating on this, and I'm going to do some meditating today on that question too, because it is a star seed soul inquiry. It says, how can you serve the world by being you? It's interesting because I was just what popped out to me is P.S. I Love You, the movie P.S. I Love You, where she couldn't figure out when her husband died, she couldn't figure out what she had to do. She had no clue. And then bingo, it hit her one day in her misery, in her throwing things and being miserable. It hit her. She went to classes to learn how to make, she loves shoes. I mean, the woman had so many shoes in her closet. And she ended up designing shoes. And she kept contemplating, and boom. One night she was mad. She threw something, a buckle landed on the shoe, and she said, I should design shoes because I just love shoes. So she found her mission. She made a lot of money and she found her mission. And that's what we're looking for. We're all wandering around going, hey, what's our mission? Yeah, what do we need? We need to do what we love and love what we do. That's the start. Okay. We got a number 31 from the Human Spirit Oracle, and it's a 4, and it says, cry for the moon. That's an interesting card. They have little messages on their third eye and forehead, and it's shining. This card. Hardly see the messages. Okay. Have you heard the moon can make you go do crazy things? True fact. Have you ever wanted something so bad that you would plead or barter your soul? A need so strong that you would almost give up who you are. What have you allowed to have that much power over you? Sometimes when something we want is out of reach or impossible, it is for a good reason. It's not that we don't deserve it or that we weren't worthy of it, of the things we wanted. It is often that the universe has to make room for something even better in our lives, something that maybe we don't even realize we need. I'm going to read the reverse on this one because Source is telling me to read the reverse on this one. We sometimes get lost in mania, desire, want, or need. It can make us fidgety, lunatics. Know your worth and do not sell yourself short for something you desire. Once you truly understand your worth, you may realize that what you thought you wanted then has nothing to do with you. It may not even align with your confident self. The moon is a powerful energy and its back is shrouded in shadows and secrets. So before you get loony, get confident. I'm glad I read that because that is a great message for us. And as I was reading that last part of that in the shadow, and I had a little funny with my mom, me and my husband, my mother just passed away, and my father in 1 week. And um, my mother always said, when we asked her a question, she'd say, only the shadow knows. I guess it was a movie back then. And so the last day that I had seen, talked to my brother, and he said, talk to mom on the phone. She was out of it. She was in hospice and she was out of it. And I said to mom, I was talking to her, and at the very end, I said, mom, only the shadow knows. And my brother said, she kind of smirked. So we are going to keep only the shadow knows going forever. It was something my mother said. And that's what this reminded me. Only the shadow knows your deep desires. Yeah, I like that. That was a great, and it made me smile, made me think of my mom. I really miss my mom and I really miss my dad. It was a hard leveling up. And I'm not reading that one yet because that one is so what our collective is like about. Okay, we're gonna read this one because it's telling me to. Gateway of Light Activation had one card that come out. It's Star Being, healing codes, important information, wounds are healed, and recharging. There are many names for star beings, such as ETs, star people, star ancestors, sky people, and more. Whatever they are called, they are divinely inspired, evolving beings existing in dimensions that we can't even comprehend. They are the overseers of the cosmos, and like angels, are divine expressions of the heart of soul, who are dedicated to the well-being of the entire universe. They aren't limited by time or space, for they are from a higher dimension. Their frequency healings are received on a spiritual level and can then move through our energy centers to affect the physical. These cosmic beings are our interplanetary cousins and are now coming to many souls on Earth in support of healing, expansion, and harmony. Star beings exist in multiple forms and come from many different universes, but this card is a gateway that transports us to one of their healing sanctuaries. It is a gateway that is open to many different star beings, and so it doesn't stipulate which cosmic race is coming to us. But we will be receiving healing codes directly from cosmic guides. The healing can be emotional, physical, or spiritual. However it comes, know that it is a great blessing. If the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat to a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled up with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy, standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for an initiative guidance about your own self and your body so you can be restored to health once more. I like that. And I feel the healing codes. I know I've been sleeping a lot. I've been very, very tired. So I'm assuming that I have been doing a lot of work in my dreams. My mother's coming back to me a lot. My father's coming back to me a lot. And I am going to save these two for the end. We're going to go into the actual reading for the collective. This is always a collective reading. Um, Now we're going to go to the Enchanted Map Oracle, and the card that came out was a number 45. And we've been getting this one a lot, but this one's reversed. It came in reversed. And it's a 45, which is a 9. Sad embrace, loss is a part of life. Let go and allow time to heal. Are you suffering over your suffering? Do you feel that life is treating you unfairly and that you've been robbed or deprived of what you're entitled to? Do you long for a love that eludes you or the success that has been bestowed upon others? Righteous anger and a sense of entitlement lead to a trap of ego. Your suffering and loss will pass if you let them. If you hold on to your perception of unfairness, then you'll find yourself in its tight grip. Unable to breathe freely, the only solution is to drop your victim stance and embrace the sadness so that it may dissipate naturally in time. Trials and tribulations build character, which is its own gift. Find something to be grateful for and take responsibility for your part in all matters. However painful it may be to sit with your sadness, remember that you are loved and will not be left adrift forever. Have faith, for this too shall pass. You are not a victim, only a traveler on a hero's journey. It's okay to be disappointed for now, but know that someday you'll look back and see great value in this experience. Yeah, this experience that I've been going through and a lot of people are going through is a hard one. When the end of life comes, it's a hard one to swallow. Now, the next card that we got, the Dreams of Gaia, decided it wanted to come out and play. And what? Okay, we got a number 12, the water, and it's the counselor. That doesn't surprise me right now. We are at a time of question and mixed emotions. And we got to look beyond the words to the emotions, mixed or confused emotions. Listen, listen, hear, hear. Seek objective counsel, an emotionally complex situation, a lack of empathy, an opportunity for understanding, be receptive, not rejected, or feeling preventing a solution. The counselor of water represents one who stands high and an elder advisor or wise man or woman, whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. She or he is someone who is trusted. They're a caring, compassionate person who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask a question of their in need. Once the tale is told, the counselor offers her thoughts in an objective manner. Her role is not to give instructions, but to present alternatives and insights that will help the seeker understand the thoughts and feelings that may be clouding their judgment. She is an empathic person, skilled at stepping outside of herself to look through the eyes of others. She never judges and offers only compassion and the opportunity to understand the emotions at play. By asking the right questions, she helps people to come to their own conclusion about what feels right for them and how to proceed from that point. When the counselor appears in a reading, she symbolizes a need to be empathetic and objective when dealing with emotionally complex situations. If you can, look beyond the words being spoken to see the emotion behind them. If you cannot, the counselor asks that you seek out the wisdom of someone who can. There may also be a time approaching that will require you to keep your emotions in check, especially if they are confused. If you are feeling reactive or challenged, talking it through might help you to make sense of your feelings and provide you with answers. If you act without taking this step, your mixed or confused emotions may muddy the waters further. Yeah, you've got to understand things with clarity. And if you can't understand it with clarity, ask someone's opinion. I mean, two opinions are better than one because there's two different perceptions with that. Now, the card that wanted to come out as a clarifier for those two cards was the Ace of Swords. And this is like a Sagittarius. It's the hunter. It's the energy around the arrow. Clarity, breakthrough, new ideas, concentration, vision, force, focus, truth. The ace points to new beginnings. The Ace of Swords indicates that a fresh start is emerging for the asker. This is an excellent time to begin a new initiative and take decisive action on a project or career change. The Ace of Swords is also about reclaiming personal power. The asker is entering a phase where they have the opportunity to fully take the reins on their future and change ahead with projects that utilize their creative and intellectual abilities. That's interesting, especially when we just had the counselor and the sadness reversed. Now, the next card we got was a 48, the wishing well. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachments to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now, now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of a new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well can awaken card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities. Where new life is co-created in a magical way, neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for the higher force and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. Yeah, there's gold flying out of the wishing well with a gold mask. It's like take the mask off. It's golden. It's like she's making her wish and it's spitting it out. It's giving her her wish. And we got the youth, which is a 3, which is a divine message. It's the Father, the Son, and the Mother. And this boy is adventure. He's going on an adventure with his dog. He's got everything he needs, including his staff. Quest for adventure. Live in the moment, action without thought, defying tradition and conformity. Great risk, greater reward. Assert your independence. Embrace individuality. A new direction, freedom from fear and doubts, a time of conflict or turmoil. Communicate and compromise address desire. Sweet-faced and begrudged, the youth has left the security of home and hearth without a backward glance. He's alone, but confident in the knowing that a loving and supportive family will be there if he has need of them. On a quest for adventure and discovery, he seeks the excitement of the new and unknown in distant lands. Following whispers and rumors, he takes risks with little thought or care. He chooses his choice is to live in the moment. The past is left behind, while thoughts of the future rest only as far as this next journey. Every adventure gives him a greater knowledge of the world and his place in it. Believing himself both immortal and infallible, he often acts spontaneously, using his charm and enthusiasm to win him favor and release him from strife. He rebels against sage advice to use restraint or caution. As far as the youth is concerned, the greater the risk, the more reward the outcome. The only loyalty he shows is to those companions who journey with him. Those who are loyal to the quest will have his loyalty in return, while those who seek to curb and restrict him will be met with resistance. Those who share his passion and interest are right. while those who do not are wrong. There are no shades of gray. The youth sees all the black and white. The youth also seeks the freedom to find his own answers. Tradition be damned. Life is too short to follow in another's footsteps and do things their way. The youth will do things his way without thought for the consequences. His concern is for today. Tomorrow can take care of itself. I like that. That's a great message. We need to live in the now. And the clarifier for that was the Nine of Pentacles. Reward, effort, success, achievement, independence, leisure, material security, self-sufficient. The Nine of Pentacles represents material security, enjoyment, and financial freedom. This card shows up as a reminder for the asker to enjoy the fruits of their labor and savor the finer things in life. The card can also be a positive indication that better times are around the corner. If the asker has been in the process of moving or in experience troubles at home, there will soon be a shift towards a new beginning. Yeah, we are in a new beginning, and she's got the sunflowers around her with three beautiful birds flying over, and that is another divine message. She's looking up, she's loving the birds, she's got magic around. She's just in a beautiful spot at this moment. Okay, now we've got a number 41. I'm looking up at the other one, the old one, and I'm saying, what? Why am I not finding this? Okay, we got 41. 41 is unexpected visitor. That's a 5. That unexpected visitor is gonna change something. If you expect the unexpected, you'll be prepared for miracles, detours, surprises, and paradigm shifts. Expect the unexpected, no matter how detailed your plans are now and how clear you believe the road ahead to be. There are times when the best plans are waylaid by unforeseen circumstances. At first, detours may seem inconvenient, but a surprise turn of events signals that the adventure of life is beginning to get interesting. No one can plan for the synchronicity for fate and destiny to meet except Spirit, who knows what you can comprehend for now. Life is full of surprises, so stay on your toes and enjoy this excitement. New adventure you weren't expecting. There is a plan for your life that may not match up with your agenda. We got to remember, we may want to do something, but then we don't get to do it. And it was because it wasn't meant for us. You know, I see people getting so discouraged, and I get discouraged on things. It's like, oh, I wanted that so bad. I wanted to do it that way. And then you think about it later and go, no, that was for somebody else. That wasn't for me. I'm okay. I got this shit. Because we got the Nine of Water, and this, I have this feeling that she wanted and needed an unexpected visitor. He, she, whatever it is. This is open your heart. Past experiences leave an emotional imprint. Shine the light on the source of the emotional pain. The effect of the past experience on the present moment, the weight of our emotions, emotional and enlightenment, the process of becoming lighter. Ignorance is not bliss. Break the cycle, remove the emotional hook. The very first thing to be born in darkness of the void was light. The Nine of Water represents a need to embrace an open heart and allowing your light of love to transform and heal emotional pain and turn it into knowledge that sets us free. Our past experiences, good and bad, leave an emotional imprint. Remember, joy and love can inspire a sense of well-being. A happy memory created creates a feeling within that curves the lips and makes us smile or laugh, while a bad memory can cause tears and open old wounds we thought were healed and forgotten long ago. Have you ever heard a song playing on the radio and had tears form in your eyes because the song was one you shared with a past love or who broke your heart? Have you ever had someone say something to you that has triggered anger because they have touched on deep rooted remembering anger towards another who said the very same words? Have you ever started laughing uncontrollably because a silly moment in the now space stirred up memories of a silly, happy moment in the past? Our emotions can lift us as high as the stars or plummet us into the deep abyss of despair. And yet, all too often, we do not know or understand why we feel and react as we do. What makes some memories so much more vivid and unforgettable? That makes them feel at work, the emotional imprint pat to the past in the present. The imprints become triggers and have us reacting on an almost purely emotional level. We got to remember the mind is like a bank, it holds everything. And she has her eyes wide open. Her third eye is wide open. And look at her heart is on the outside, just beaming. This is her moment of stillness and listening to the creator, the source. The source is rolling, is beaming the light down over her and helping her. So now we got a clarifier on that one, and it's the Ten of Cups. We got the Ten of Cups the other day, but it was upside down. This is family. This is happiness, homecomings, fulfillment, emotional stability, security, domestic harmony. The Ten of Cups represents happiness, family, unity, and personal fulfillment. This card suggests that the querent is experiencing a happy life or home or within their family with a sense of connection and unity with loved ones. This card can also serve as a reminder for the asker to see the abundance and magic around them. Perhaps they have gotten lost in the daily routines and have not taken the chance to appreciate the beauty they have created in their life. And that's true. We create beauty in our world. We have a beautiful home, beautiful kids, beautiful life. And then there's something that comes in that is ugly. And we're not sure at that point what to do with it. So now the last ones we got, and I really feel that we need more of this because I know I need more of this. It's the 13 solitude. That's a 4 again. I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. Meditation is required when you receive the solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for a conscious retreat. Rather, it's a period that we aren't sure of. What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off of your life and your sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. I can feel that. And with this card, if you look at it, the ladder is empty. They're looking at it and there's a door that's shut. and the light goes into the upstairs window. And all that's around it is water. So it is a place for solitude, but it's helping you get to the solitude any way it can with the door and the ladder and the window. But you're not ready. You're not accepting the solitude that you need to accept. Now, the last card that we got with the solitude is the High Priestess, another number 9. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the 9 of air. I got them mixed up on my paper. Okay. With the solitude came the clarifier, the 9 of air. I love this card. That's a pretty card. Open to possibilities, self-awareness, universal consciousness, understanding, insight, vision, imagination, fantasy, and creativity. The 9 of air represents the imagination and or connection to the universal consciousness or universal mind. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself, for in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. Ask yourself, what if the universe we dwell within is actually the mind of another being? What if the universe is, in reality, a God mind, and we the creation of another being's imagination? What if within our minds there exist universes within universes, where creatures that we dream of and imagine dwell in the same way we do here upon the earth, and within their minds are more universes, like fractals, where the same patterns repeat and creates. Our mind contains a universe, and within the universe are creatures and beings who also have universes within their mind. The universe is in which we dwell is one of billions existing within the mind that is yet another universe. The pattern repeats in both directions, creating an infinite number of universes and realities. Now, ponder a moment. What if we looked within and discovered that within the realms of our minds, we create new worlds and realities with our belief? We choose to believe in something, and a new world that mirrors that belief is born. We stop believing in something, and that world either evolves with our beliefs or ceases to be completely. Universes overlapping are created now. What if billions of lives are dependent upon our beliefs for their very existence? Would it not be wise to believe with understanding and knowledge? Would that not create a universe that is a little more constant and conducive to life? Yeah, she's all energy. The dagger has energy, her fingers have energy. And this is the world of thought in her mind. It could be a male too. And there's the third eye working around the universe. And here's the crown going into those different. And you've got the white feathers, the angel feathers, and your body is crystal. That was a great reading. Now we do have a clarifier. And we got this the other day. It is a 2, the High Priestess. She's all fancy and then some. Unconscious, intuition, mystery, spirituality, higher power, inner voice. The meaning of this High Priestess is related to inner knowledge. Yeah, inner knowledge is great. So appearance is in a reading can signify that it is time for you to listen to your intuition rather than prioritizing your intellect and conscious mind. The high priestess represents someone who is intuitive and beginning to open up to their spirituality. Meditation, prayer, and new spiritual work are indicated. So as you meditate and you've got the air, there's something about this card. It says keeping your financial situation private. I think that's a good idea at this point. The high priestess represents someone who is intuitive and beginning to open up their spirituality, meditation, prayer, new spiritual work are indicated. Yeah, I think that stands for a lot of us. We are in this spiritual time, and this one right here has all the powers around her. And this one's in solitude. The solitude is when they find the differences out there. Now, we've got two more cards for today. I saved these for last because I knew it had to be last. And this one is Intuitive Whispers Oracle, our newest deck I got. And it's the three, the power of silence. And three, we know what three is. Three is divine. How often are you in silence, existing in a place without the distraction of music, screens, works, or people? There is a deep internal power that can only be accessed from that silence. This is your intuition. It is always there, but it takes the discipline of consistent practice to become comfortable, even in the silence, to hear it. If you're reading this card, take this as your first whisper to reconnect to the silence and listen. At first, it might sound loud. The mind will try to find any way to distract you, creating to-do lists and replaying events. But you must preserve at the time other side of that chatter is a powerful silence, and from within that stillness, your inner confidence will begin to come through. How to access the power of silence. Close your eyes and listen. Tune in to every sound you can hear, both for away and close by. Don't get caught up in the sounds, just notice them. Bring your awareness to the breath as it enters and leaves the body. Whenever your mind wanders, which is inevitably will, simply invite your awareness back to your breathing. Now move your awareness to the space between the breaths, the silence at the end of the inhale and the silence at the end of the exhale. Let yourself drift into these silence and listen. Yeah, we got solitude and we got silence. And this is the last of the cards. This has been a really good reading for Soul Sunday. Soul Surfing Sunday, and we've got to pay attention to a lot of things going around in our world right now. We got a number three. Oh, excuse me, 33. And 33 is the master number. It doubles in energy, plus it's the divine message. So this is like pow, pow, pow. Find those who inspire you to bloom. Grow together, community, connection. Community, yeah, it's time for us. Let's get some hands going on and the energy and the flowers going through the hands. I am worthy of people who nourish me. The card of loving connection. Flowers from the garden, the sweetest touch. Pulling this card is a call to seek connection at this time. a friend, a family member, a community, a lover, someone with whom you share mutual respect. The more authentically you show up, the deeper the connection will be. We have so much to learn from one another when we can truly see each other. Especially when we feel we are alone, reach out. This card calls you to reevaluate the people in your realm. If you feel energized by someone, often that back, often that back when possible. Let them know you're grateful for them. If you constantly feel drained or energetically abused by someone, stop making excuses for them. Honestly, ask yourself why you allow somebody to mistreat or take advantage of you. Why would you allow a disease in your flower bed? It is a place meant for beauty, growth, and peace. Protect it, take care of it. You are worthy. This could be a great omen that a nourishing individual may come or has already come into your life. Let them in. An era of beautiful human connection is open, is upon you. Remember this, you are worthy of people who nourish you. Attract them through appreciation and expectation. Since ancient civilization, humans have known the importance of community. Without the bonds that hold us together and the roles we have, we couldn't survive. The elders share their wisdom. The shamans channel spirits. The artists help us see. The hunters and gatherers feed us. The warriors protect us, and the doers move us forward. Now we have our own personal communities, old friends, new friends, families, loves, in which we control who gets to occupy space, physically or energetically. In our own little world, are they receptor? Do you feel you are met with the same level of care and support you so generously offer others? Could you offer more so those deserving of it? You are being called to assess this. Write about the kind of friend or lover you desire to have in your life. They are only their so-called them. They are only they are out of their so-called them in take chances. That didn't make any sense, really. Write out 10 affirmations about how worthy you are of being treated with respect, support, and loving kindness. Invite it in close your eyes and place your hand on your heart. Imagine its opening and visual warm pink light entering you. Feel it. Oh, and be sure to love yourself the same way you expect others to love you. That was a great message for Soul Surfing Sunday. And I'm glad whoever stopped in to see me did, because the message was for you. The energy brought you in. I see a lot of people, the energy doesn't bring them in. And you know that's okay. I mean, it really is. It's everybody's energy is different. Where somebody, I've been into people that had thousands and thousands of people following them, and I did not find anything interesting about it. So it's all the perception of the person, and they were wonderful at what they were doing. It just wasn't me. It wasn't calling me. So then I popped out. I wouldn't have got anything off that. I wasn't interested and I wasn't listening. So we got to think of that. If you're not listening, you're not interested. I never really thought about that. You know how you got to repeat yourself and repeat yourself because the person that's sitting right there you just had a conversation with. And I do that a lot. I'm dazed in my own world, and somebody starts talking to me, and I'm like, huh? And they're like, usually my husband, you weren't listening to me anyway. Well, I was kind of dazing out. So, I don't know about you guys, but I have been so drained lately, really extra tired. I know that I'm doing a lot of journeying at night in my sleep. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. Because you not only work in the daylight, you're working in your dreams at night. You're out of your body and your soul is doing things. And I felt that my soul has been doing lots of things, just tons of things. And I remember little bits and pieces, but I think I'm in such a deep sleep that I'm not getting everything. So remember that if you're in a really deep sleep, you may not remember your dreams. And if you don't remember your dreams, you may not, you may not have supposed to be bringing it back. So there is reasons why we dream and we don't remember it at all. Or we remember little bits and pieces. Well, that was the little bits and pieces you might have needed. So remember that when you're dreaming. All right. Now I hope everybody has a beautiful, magical Sunday. And I love everybody. And may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.